This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. The voicemail line for this program is 714-576-4054, and you can also email the old-fashioned way to daily@dollemore.com. I get a lot of pushback, even from Democrats, from liberals, from like-minded individuals who are allies of the show, fans, if you will, of what I do here. And one of the most pointed criticisms that I get is related to, stop talking about Trump so much. You're not going to convince any Republicans. Why are you even trying to talk to Republicans? And I don't believe that. Well, one, I know the emails and the voicemails that I get from people who are either current or former Republicans who say, thank you for what you're doing. So I know I am reaching Republicans. And the trans issue is another issue that I get pushback on. Sometimes for the same reason, that trans rights are human rights. And I have two voicemails to play here that are going to illuminate on both of those sides of that topic, of both why are you talking about you're not going to convince anybody, but also just the fact that trans rights are human rights. You don't have to understand the issue fully, but you should lead with kindness. You should lead with compassion, empathy, and sympathy. You should lead with love. You should always strive to punch up and never punch down. And with the trans community, the most vulnerable community of all marginalized groups right now, the trans community is it. So first I'm going to play this voicemail from someone named Yarrow, who is trans and wants to just give me a message.
Hey, Jesse, my name's Yarrow. I'm a trans person in the very red state of Ohio, and I just wanted to call and say thank you from the bottom of my heart for always sticking up for myself and my community. And, you know, when people push back, you don't just double down, you triple down. And I just really want to say thank you. You are such a great voice for us. You are an amazing ally, and I just want to say thank you, and fuck all the transphobes. You guys are on the wrong side of history, and you're going down. Jesse, I am so glad to have you on my side. Same with Brittany. Thank you guys so much. Much love to you guys. Much love to all my trans friends and the rest of the LGBTQ community. I love you all. Bye.
Thanks for the shout out to my lovely and talented scholarly wife and content creation partner, Brittany Page. And thank you, Yarrow. Take care of yourself. Look, in America right now, across the world right now, there is an all-out assault, both rhetorical and literal assault on trans human beings. It's a replay. This is the thing that frustrates me so much about this. One, I don't need praise. I don't need thanks. Human rights are vastly more important than internet clout. There are not several, but there are corners of progressive internet that are not doing right by the trans community. Jank and Anna, talking about you. And it is incumbent upon all of us, not just people who have a camera pointed at them, but you in your private life to stand in the gap for marginalized, abused, victimized, and murdered communities. So I don't need thanks. I'm going to do it. I would do it whether I have this microphone in front of me or whether I'm just some random that no one has any idea who he is. And people are catching on. This next caller is from a Republican, a resident of Missouri, someone who doesn't agree, but is coming around on the issue. They're not quite there yet. It seems that there is growth taking place, but it also seems that unfortunately, they found their empathy before they found their tragedy, as the saying goes. It's like those people who are totally against gay rights until someone in their life comes out as gay. And then all of a sudden there's an epiphany. And this person seems to be in the middle of that epiphany. Let's listen to this call.
Hello, Jesse. This is Kenneth Puckett again from Missouri. I've called you quite a few times, and you've never really aired any of my opinions.
Well, here you are.
But your last video that you just done on the transgender things going on, I actually have a very strong and personal opinion on this. I've been against it my whole life. I have to admit, I don't think it's right. But I have recently been contacted and over the last few months taken in a nephew that was, I guess you would call it, discarded from his family and put into foster care. And they contacted me, and I've taken him in, and he claims that he would rather be called a her. I have to fight my opinion on that, you know? And we live in a little town here in Missouri, and that's actually not something that the town accepts. So we are going through that, and it's actually something that we're dealing with, and I just wanted to let you know that people treat them unfairly. I have to admit, I did myself. And I just wanted to let you know that I think you're right on your opinions, and I look forward to more of your videos. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Well, Kenneth, thank you for calling. I'll say you got some work to do, but I think you're on the right path. Look, I don't speak for the trans community. I'm not trans. So I will reserve speaking for. But I could say that it seems like although you're misgendering your niece, she wants to be referred to as she, but you're on the right path. I think that you're starting to understand, or at least you're acknowledging that there are more important things than how the town feels about things. Because if we based our progress, our social progress, on what little tiny towns that are closed-minded thinks, we would never be where we are relative to race relations, rather to related to the LGBTQ community. There would be no progress because backward hicks and bigots would control us socially. And the what will people think narrative, who cares what people think about you doing the right thing by your niece? Trans rights are human rights. And if someone in this little town in Missouri, if they cannot get behind your support of your family and your support of human rights, fuck them. Who cares what they think? I'm getting conflicting messages. You said you're against it. You just don't think it's right. That's okay. That's fine. I think you're wrong. But as long as you're not mistreating your niece, as long as you're not mistreating her, who cares what you believe personally about it? If you're denying the science, I mean, who cares? I don't know. I'd love to know what Yarrow and other members of the trans community would say. But talking about these matters works. Me banging on about it works. And I hope people can see that. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call like Kenneth and Yarrow did. 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me as always daily at dollemore.com. always trying to mix it up how I say the address. It gets boring. If you want to support my work, if you appreciate what I do, if I bring you value, any level of value, if I bring you $2 worth of value a month, please consider becoming a channel member. You can click the super thanks button, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Follow me on social media. I am at Dollemore just about everywhere. And I will see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.